In today's video, I'm going to review the new album by Thy Art Is Murder called Godlike, which was released on September 22nd, 2023. They are a deathcore band. This was requested on my community post. There's also been a lot of drama with this band, and it seems that cancel culture has caught up with them. So I will be talking about that, and I'll give you some of my thoughts on it. First, some background. This is a deathcore band from Sydney, Australia. They've been around since 2006 and are one of the biggest names in deathcore, along with bands like Whitechapel, Suicide Silence, and Fit for an Autopsy. This is their 6th album, and it was released on the Human Warfare label. Now for the drama. So apparently the band has parted ways with their vocalist CJ McMahon. Let me say off the bat that I find it strange they're announcing it a day after the album is released, but let's just talk about the facts for now. According to the band, they said that he was dismissed after a series of internal issues. He later made some anti-trans comments, and that was, quote-unquote, the straw that broke the camel's back, and for that reason he was kicked out of the band. Apparently, CJ McMahon found out about this through an Instagram post. So if you're wondering what really happened, he shared a video of Matt Walsh asking a mother if her child was a boy or a girl, and she said both. And then CJ McMahon said that the woman should be, and I quote, burned to death. After this, Ronnie Radke started tweeting like crazy because we all know that he likes to be part of the drama. Now, he is talking about that we should boycott Thy Art Is Murder. He went on to call the band a super satanic, murderous, evil band. Back to CJ McMahon. He then released an apology saying that his main intention was to protect the children because he feels that some children are too young to be able to decide what gender they are. But then again, we don't have enough information on this. In my opinion, they could have chosen a different way of saying that instead of she should be burned to death. I'm sure that there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Also, if you look up some of Matt Walsh's videos, he's very vocal on the whole issue in question.
There is no compromise on this issue because either men are men and women are women or not. Either biological sex exists or it doesn't.
Afterwards, the band Thy Art Is Murder posted a trans flag on their Instagram account. Then CJ McMahon said that he's going off social media for good and he would only post band-related things. He also said that he will start an OnlyFans account. No, I'm not making this up. Take a look at this, and then we'll get to the review. The album is 40 minutes long. Apparently, the vocals were re-recorded by an unknown vocalist. I couldn't really tell the difference. They released 3 singles before the release date called Join Me in Armageddon, Keres, and Blood Throne. There are 10 songs ranging from 3 to 5 minutes in length. So let's get into it. Destroyer of Dreams starts off the album. It sounds like what you would expect. Some heavy guitar riffs and melodic guitar playing, creates sound textures in the background. The vocals are very heavy and brutal, and the riffs come at you like in this like staccato fashion. You get some vocal screams at times, and overall the song is pretty heavy. It's an okay opener. It's not the best on the album. Blood Throne starts off with some machine gun style riffs and some fast and heavy drum beats. The vocals are extra brutal on this track, and they are time signature changes with the guitar riffs. The song is pretty good, and the chorus is memorable. The song is a breakdown that has some machine gun riffing, some interesting guitar riffs played on the low end of the neck. Join Me in Armageddon starts off with some guitar riffs played on the higher end of the neck, creates more of an atmospheric sound, and this goes along with some harsh vocals. The song is very heavy and energetic, and there are lots of different vocal styles used here. The breakdown is very heavy on the song. I like how the band has not overused their breakdowns like some other bands, such as Lorna Shore. Keres is next, and this one is a very heavy chugging sound with some atmospheric sounds in the background. There are some death metal elements here like blast beats and guitar riffs that use tremolo picking. The song has some heavy and brutal vocals, and it sounds like there are crowds chanting in the background. I thought that the use of this effect was not too bad. I really like the breakdown used here, and they make the guitar squeal. I thought that was pretty cool. They mix it with pounding riffs. This might be my favorite song on the album. Everything Unwanted has some clean guitars in the intro with haunting atmospheric leads. The vocals sound very evil, and it sounds like he's saying something in another language. This caught me off guard, but the song picked up and went into the traditional deathcore sound. The breakdown sounds pretty good, and I was listening with headphones so you can hear how they toggled the left and right channels. There's also a guitar solo, which is not something that is on every song. I would say this was also one of the better ones. Lesson in Pain starts off with those siren guitar sounds and some machine gun riffing. This one was not too bad. They changed up the tempos often and made some interesting sounds with lead guitar. This one also has a melodic solo and a pretty cool breakdown. Godlike is next. There are 4 more tracks, and this is the title track. This one is very heavy. It's not a super fast-paced song, but has some machine gun riffs. The vocals are super heavy, and they do some interesting things with the guitar sounds. There are parts of the songs where the guitar draws inspiration from traditional metal. Corrosion starts off with some cool guitar riffs. They were able to make some unique sounds with the guitar. The song is very fast-paced and energetic, and the vocals are very heavy with a lot of different styles used. The song has a very big and full sound with blast beats and atmospheric sounds in the background. I like how they create some dark and evil sounds in the second half of the song with clean guitars and demonic sounding vocals. This part of the song goes into some black metal territory with the sounds that they create. Anathema begins a very brutal song. We get some atmospheric sounds in the background. The drumming is very fast and powerful, and there are some darker vocal styles used here. The song is very brutal, has some pummeling guitar riffs. The breakdown is also pretty good, and you can hear some of those Lorna Shore type pig squeal vocals. I'm glad this technique was used sparingly on this album and not overused like Lorna Shore. As you could tell, I'm not a big fan of Lorna Shore. Bermuda is the final track, and the intro sounds like an industrial track almost. It has a slow build if it were the opening score to a horror film. The vocals come in and they're dark and heavy. Everything is slow moving and the overall sound is very thick. They then start to pound you with these thick and heavy guitar riffs. This one's very different. It almost sounds like a post-metal type of song with a lot of atmospheric sounds. That is all. I thought it was not too bad. I've heard better deathcore albums in the past, and if it weren't for all the drama and controversy, this album might have been forgotten after a few weeks, but this album will always be known as the one where they had to redo the vocals and fire the vocalist. Overall, it was just an okay deathcore album. I would say the best songs were two of the songs that were in the middle, called Keris and Everything Wanted, and the last two songs, Anathema and Bermuda, were also pretty cool. Otherwise, it's a decent album. My score is a 7 out of 10. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Check out this video right here, and I'll see you in the next one.